Is Leland Vittert, host of Unbiased, airing weekdays right here on NewsNation. Leland, let's get to that response because the president telling reporters yesterday he had decided how to respond to the deadly drone attack over the weekend. How are you reading into it that it's now been some 72 hours, but we haven't seen said retaliation?
Look, the White House believes that they can contain things in the Middle East by not escalating. If only they exactly measure the response in proportionality against those that did this and those that fund them, meaning Kataib Hezbollah in Iraq and then their benefactors in Iran, then somehow the Iranians will agree that the Biden administration is an honest broker and everybody will all get along and Iran can once again be brought back into the fold of normal behavior. That's why this administration has given them billions of dollars. That's why this administration, from the very beginning, back in January of 2021, tried to get back into the Iran nuclear deal. And the administration hasn't given up that ghost. I think the only way to read this 3 days in is that they're still trying to calculate exactly how to respond so that they pacify a domestic political audience that is angry about the deaths of 3 Americans and doesn't look completely feckless, but at the same time doesn't give up that feeling and possibility with Iran.
Yeah, and obviously the administration, the Pentagon, they're keeping things really close to the vest right now. You know, I talked to Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh earlier this week, who said, you know, we're not about to lay out all of our cards on the table for the enemy to see. What card do you ultimately expect the White House to play, Leland?
Look, I know Sabrina very well. She's a great spokesperson, more from the political side than from the military side. You don't have to telegraph, okay, we're going to drop a bomb at this place at this time, but you can make it clear, if you want to, that the leaders of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and the facilities that make these weapons are going to be targeted and are going to be held responsible. You don't have to telegraph what addresses you're going to hit.
Right.
So there's a big gulf there, I think. Look, I talked to somebody who used to work in the national security staff, the National Security Council. So their job over the past 4 months has been developing plans for what to do when one of these Iranian attacks, one of the 160 attacks, ends up killing an American. They've got a menu for the president sitting on the shelf, literally, or on the table in front of him in the Situation Room at the White House. He could have ordered a retaliation within hours, probably within minutes, if he had really wanted to. So the fact that they continue to wait, to me, at least, reads as wanting to try and calculate and wanting to try and let the Iranians perhaps move men and equipment, have the IRGC guys who are in the bases of Kataib Hezbollah and of Hezbollah in Lebanon and some other places in Syria, let them move. We've seen the Iranians do that in the past. We've seen them move equipment out as well before strikes. So it's hard to read this delay and the continued delay as anything other than weakness rather than strength.
My last question to you, as you know, you're talking about President Biden sitting in the Situation Room. He's looking over his menu of options, like you just said. How much do you think President Biden's reelection hopes are playing into the counteroffensive that is being chosen behind the scenes? Whatever we're about to see, is that going to look different because it's now 2024 versus what we might have seen a response look like 3 years ago?
Boy, is that a great question, Markie. You can never take domestic political considerations out of any decision here in Washington. And we've talked about this before, you and I, how caught the president is between his progressive base, obviously, that does not want conflict in the Middle East, does not want the United States to be involved. Certainly his progressive base who believes that the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is at the heart of all bad things in the Middle East. His progressive base is putting an enormous amount of pressure on him to pull support for Israel, to pull support out of the Middle East for our friends and allies. I would argue that the Middle East is defined not by the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, but by the Iranians themselves and their desire to remake the Persian Empire and have their tentacles out there. So it goes back to the issue that sort of we've talked about since October 7th, which is moral clarity. On issues of moral clarity, on issues of standing with Israel, on issues of defending American troops abroad, and ensuring that their lives are safe by avenging their deaths when it happens. It's very hard to have it both ways. And I think the longer we wait and we see and we have to look at the president dithering, for lack of a better term, on what the response would be, that moral clarity seems to be lacking.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.